wake up, it's time to face it. Get up, get up, get up, give up for weakness. Wake up, wake up, wake up, it's time to get up. Get up, get up, get up. And I am just a lost man in this. That's where I don't
NXT TakeOver presents Revolution. Sir, it's actually our evolution. Really? Because it's spelled like revolution. I don't know what to tell you. It's our evolution, not revolution. Okay, what's the difference?
Shut up and send the event.
Yes, Master.
Kevin Owens takes over.
While the fans believe Kevin Owens taking over NXT meant he would debut at this pay-per-view and win his first match, it's what happens afterward that makes us realize his true intentions, dropping the bombshell before he even debuts for the damn company. You gotta love that about this new guy. I think it's great that the fans are entirely silent the moment Kevin Owens' music plays for the first time ever. Anticipation builds because they're saying, is this who I think it is? And then when the letters KO appear on the screen, the place goes nuts. Welcome to the WWE, Kevin Owens. Something about seeing Alex Riley being a commentator for NXT just feels wrong, and it sadly reminds us how he was never used to his full potential because Alex is extremely talented. What is it with NXT using CJ Parker as the wrestler who gets his ass kicked by newly debuting superstars? First Baron Corbin at Fatal 4-Way, and now Kevin Owens at our Evolution. Sign abuse. Whoa! Kevin Owens impresses us all, and unfortunately gets introduced to the most diabolical thing in NXT history, the steel-grated floor that causes any high-risk wrestlers to take the most damage compared to the opponent on the outside. Match was only 3 minutes long, but it was crazy from start to finish. Kevin Owens, covered in blood already, gets the victory over CJ Parker and makes his first mark on NXT. No one cares what's trending, and holy crap, that is one long hashtag. What in the hell was that editing of Kalisto going back and forth while doing handstands? Trying to make this look like he's running a DJ? The fuck? Whoops, we accidentally showed the trampoline used for this and destroyed the mystery for the fans watching. Oh no, how will they ever watch WWE again after this? Who am I kidding? WWE doesn't care if mysteries are explained anymore. From having Kevin Owens appear in his first NXT TakeOver to the Vaudevillains appearing in their first NXT TakeOver, this truly does feel like a special event. Plus that entrance is so creative and funny at the same time.
But I think over the last few weeks they
Hold on, Aiden. I gotta wait until the music gets to the right beat before I can shake her hand. We didn't time this right.
brought them to the dance, things like that.
As if that piece of clothing was ever going to stay on the ropes when the Vaudevillains put it there.
Grappling style and that brawling style they know so well.
I know this was supposed to be an impressive double team move where Sin Cara takes down both Simon Gotch and Aiden English, but Simon was losing his grip. Not to mention Sin Cara was getting stuck too.
Sin Cara, powerbomb.
Powerbomb? I don't know if you've been watching wrestling for a while, Rich, but that was not a powerbomb. Here's to hoping we don't get another Heroes of Wrestling style of commentary. Simon Gotch was ready to grab Sin Cara and pull him back to his feet for more attacks, but then Aiden English got in the way and yanked Sin Cara out of the ring instead.
Qualification.
One thing I will remove a sin for is Aiden English reconsidering a tag to Simon Gotch knowing the referee is distracted with Kalisto. So he actually waits until the referee's attention is to the Vaudevillains before he tags on his partner. That's ring awareness for you.
Stop.
Simon Gotch looks to chop Sin Cara on the back of the head and misses, and yet somehow he connected too.
I think his mustache started curling there.
Simon's mustache always looked like that, Alex.
Oh!
Compared to prior tag title matches and the opening match we had, this NXT Tag Team Championship match really fell flat. Didn't have much good moments and ended quickly out of nowhere. Whatever the hell that music was for Ty Dillinger. Sorry, we couldn't get you a good theme song. We were too busy making one for Kevin Owens, so use this random track we found on a generic YouTube video. The audience counted the seconds of Baron Corbin's matches, knowing he can crush his opponents literally in seconds, was cute and awesome. But it also means this Ty Dillinger guy is getting fed to the lion's den. Oh well, I'm sure this guy won't have any sort of overall impact on the fans. Or even me. Baron Corbin destroys Ty Dillinger in 40 seconds and we're already halfway through the match card. Not even 30 minutes into the show. Putting in 6 matches for a 2-hour show is a little bit overkill, since a majority of them last 10 minutes or less.
I'm bringing something you've never seen before.
Unless you've been keeping up with me in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Enter the Demon of Finn Balor in NXT. These were the freaking days. Taking off 2 Sins immediately because this was the start of the Finn Balor era and it was so exciting to see.
Pre-show, whatever Balor was...
Unfortunately, the arrival of the Demon sadly destroyed a majority of Hideo Itami's momentum because now the Demon is the center of attention for the NXT fans.
I have goosebumps right now.
Pre-match assault.
That's the most dominant force in NXT history.
By this point, not anymore, if we're talking about the Ascension. The referee did not see Victor tag himself in, yet deems it legal anyway. So you mean to tell me Aiden English could have tagged in Simon Gotch despite the referee being distracted by Kalisto earlier and it wouldn't have mattered?
But I don't even think Itami speaks English.
Hideo Itami has clearly spoken English many times in many promos by now with perfect pronunciation of the English language too. Alex Riley must have somehow missed all of that.
But I don't even think Itami speaks English, and neither does Balor.
Finn Balor doesn't know English either? What the fuck do you think we've been listening to whenever he spoke? Holy crap, Alex is not doing good on commentary here.
One thing to become a star in Japan, but we have to remember, it's NXT.
Sure, being part of WWE itself is the biggest stage of pro wrestling no matter what the internet thinks. However, being part of NXT is not as big as being a worldwide star outside of WWE due to the place being development territory.
Abundance. They don't have a weakness.
Except for post-championship success. I mean, what? Fans chanting "We want Kenta" likely because they were hyped to have one of Japan's biggest stars join NXT and they got Hideo Itami instead, who seems to have toned down his abilities. I have never seen the Demon look so bored. It likely asked itself why it even bothered to return from the depths of hell to stand on the ring apron for nearly the whole match. Finn, you woke me up just for this?
Itami!
Connor clearly looked in Victor's direction, then pretended he couldn't see him as if he was John Cena. Ascension got invisibility powers too? The Ascension knew how dangerous the steel floor was and graciously caught the Demon to ensure it wouldn't suffer more damage from the fall than they would. Who would have thought the Ascension would be so kind-hearted to demonic entities? You'd be better off connecting a kick without the spin around as Victor was alerted to what was coming.
You gotta be kidding me!
No! I know you're the guy who practically revolutionized the go to sleep, but we can't let you do that over here. We forgot to tell you that Cena GTS would just anger our boss about someone who walked out of our company almost a year ago. It's a long story. Roman Reigns has appeared on NXT, likely to show his support for the talent here and to make sure he gets support before he inevitably crushes the desires of Daniel Bryan fans in a month from now.
One goal, be the first NXT alumni to win the WWE Championship.
This did not age well.
No one can beat me.
No one can beat me, which means that I will have an ongoing undefeated streak until someone does beat me, which will make me as easily beatable as a majority of the roster cliche. That's usually how it works around here.
Mine. It belongs to me.
How many times did you lose #1 contender matches for the NXT Women's Championship, including the time when you forced Bayley to put her position on the line in a match against you? Hey, nobody said we could wear the same outfits. I demand that you change into a different shirt. Too late, Charlotte. I'm the boss, and it says "like a boss" on it, so it doesn't count.
And that's how she puts together wins, by putting herself in the right position.
If Sasha Banks put herself in the right position, wouldn't she be the women's champion by now? Because once again, need I remind you of the matches with Bayley?
16-time world champion.
That was funny and smart by Charlotte Flair. Sasha Banks covers her chest to stop the knife-edge chop, so Charlotte kicks her in the gut to force her arms down, and then boom! When you're wrestling a Flair, you can't escape the chops no matter how hard you try.
By Sasha Banks.
Hey Sasha, why didn't you try a suicide dive? Are you kidding me? I've been watching the prior matches to this one and seen all those wrestlers landing splat on the steel floor. Why would I risk that?
Kicked her right in the side.
Holy vicious. And Sasha Banks streak like that.
Sasha Banks is mad that she couldn't defeat Charlotte from pushing her into the steel stairs and then slowly putting her back in the ring. Yep, that's exactly what happened.
She's come out. She hasn't been afraid.
Hey, what did I say about pushing me like that? That punch to the back is what you get for your actions. Are we ready to wrestle calm now? Copyright inflairment.
Bankrupt him. That could be enough.
Dang, that's actually an amazing and brutal looking submission hold by Sasha Banks. The Banks statement is good, but this looks far more intense and punishing. I'll take a sin off for it, but I'm also mad that she doesn't keep on using it.
Oh, Charlotte grabbing a fistful of hair.
That was Sasha Banks who did that, you moron. Charlotte Flair is the taller blonde one.
Suplex. Oh!
Just when Sasha Banks thinks she has countered Charlotte Flair's suplex, the latter turns it around and switches to a neck breaker. Great counter to the counter.
The Banks diving through the ropes. Oh my God!
I know, right? Sasha Banks landed face first onto the steel floor. Someone should probably check on her before checking on Charlotte Flair. Gotta love the fans chanting "This is wrestling," something that has been long overdue for the women in WWE. It's always fun to see the appreciation to how good women's wrestling actually is.
Here's Here she comes!
I like that Charlotte still went for the counter flip even despite how little room she had. It was a risk worth taking and it paid off. Loving this match.
No way, no! And
Charlotte Flair retains the NXT Women's Championship by means of a well-placed natural selection from the top rope. I love these matches from the first number of NXT TakeOver events because it really showcased what women's wrestling would be looking like in the future. After all the terrible shit we've seen over the years, this is the biggest breath of fresh air.
I know I'm better than that.
Sami Zayn, the story of a man with infinite championship matches simply because he has a dream. Surprisingly not going to be the first time this story has been told in NXT. Sami Zayn lost a lot of his championship matches, not because his opponent was simply better, but because he gave in too much to personal relationships. When you see your opponent hurt, you go after the injury and take advantage to win by any means necessary. And if you can't, you don't belong in pro wrestling. It's all business, never personal. It's why I've liked but also disliked Sami's story.
Sami Zayn lacks a killer instinct.
And that's where this story hits different. Sami Zayn had no killer instinct and wanted to be happy-go-lucky with everything, thinking if you just believe in yourself, you can do anything. That bullshit doesn't exist in real life. So it's time Sami digs deep and finds that killer instinct. Ta-da! I won't lie, I did get chills upon hearing the crowd singing the Olay song while Sami Zayn's music was still playing. Fans are behind him as he goes into what could be his final battle in NXT. Boy, I just know the audience is going to go nuts if Sami Zayn wins the NXT Championship tonight. The match just started, these guys haven't locked up yet, and the crowd is cheering like it's the World Cup Finals for their home team.
The strength coach changed
Peck push.
and completely get the crowd out of this match.
That's like the second or third time since the match started that Corey Graves said Adrian Neville needs to ignore the crowd rooting for Sami Zayn. I think we figured that out from the Neville sucks chants or the booing when he was introduced. And of course, the first time you mentioned that.
His entire career is on the line.
Well, technically not his entire career. Sami just said he'd leave NXT if he can't win the championship tonight. That doesn't mean his whole career is over. Oh wait, this is WWE. You either debuted here or you never existed in pro wrestling.
Thinking, whoa!
Yahoo! No steel floor crash for this guy! I finally outsmarted it. And yes, that was a well-timed and executed moonsault by using the top rope for leverage. Perfect landing. Sami Zayn should be ensuring Adrian Neville gets back in the ring rather than relying on him to. Literally a countout means Sami doesn't win the title and he leaves NXT forever. Your NXT career is literally on the line here, dude. Adrian could simply slip out the ring apron, get counted out, and you leave NXT because you were being stupid. Wait, what the hell happened to the crowd? They were energetic for the majority of the first 5 minutes. Now it's so quiet you'd think we'd be watching this event from an empty arena. Could you imagine if that happened?
They're focused as always to put Zayn away. Crowd, and he's done exactly.
And seriously, nearly 300 days as the NXT champion, many of those defenses against Sami Zayn himself, and Adrian Neville is mad that a missile dropkick from the top rope wasn't enough to defeat him. It's almost like Sami's career is on the line in this match. And there goes both my ankles. They've been shattered by the metal floor. Why is this thing even here? Impressive catch by Sami Zayn as he manages to keep Adrian Neville up in the air and spin him around for the Blue Thunder Bomb. This is a fun main event.
And with a single forearm, Neville shut them all up.
Actually, I don't hear silence in the crowd, at least not anymore. So you're wrong about that, Corey Graves.
Adrian Neville in the career.
Adrian Neville likely did not win with a Batista bomb because his name is not Dave Batista. Forehead pushing contest. The red arrow, the counter to it, the submission hold, the excitement of the crowd, and this is a crowd of only 400 people, mind you. Yet it sounds louder than an arena of 15,000 on a normal basis. Adrian and Sami are for sure putting on an NXT classic to be remembered for years.
Chip on the line!
Referee gets knocked down at crucial point in match cliche. Although he was already down when Adrian accidentally bumped heads with him, it still counts.
Look out! Hang on!
I am still amazed that Sami Zayn used to be able to do that. Thank goodness the ring was elevated lower than the main roster ring is, and a perfectly executed tornado DDT to go with it.
Hey! Hello, we pulled him in, I just saw it!
Fans are chanting, "Ref, you suck," for the referee getting hit in the back of the head as a result of Adrian pulling him in the way during the haluva kick. You should be chanting, "Neville sucks," because he clearly pulled the referee. The referee doesn't suck for getting pulled against his will, you idiots.
You can't risk disqualification, Sami!
The referee is down, you fucking idiot. Who's gonna disqualify Sami Zayn if he hits Adrian Neville with a championship?
Sami Zayn is
A fantastic match, and Sami Zayn finally achieving his goal of winning the NXT Championship, one of the greatest moments in TakeOver history, setting the stage for the ultimate underdog. Removing 15 sins as a congrats to both these great wrestlers. The moment Kevin Owens attacks Sami Zayn is the moment fans realize, perhaps for the first time ever, that you can never trust the ending logo that appears on the corner of the screen as the true signal of the show's end. It's not over until the camera fades to black. Sami Zayn wins the NXT Championship, but now an intense rivalry just began with Kevin Owens. That's how you hype up the future without a doubt.